Ciao, benvenuto. I'm Angelo from Angelo's Ristorante, and we're doing a cooking class here today at Uncle Dan's house on Hayden Lake, beautiful North Idaho. I'm very excited to be here. And tonight we have 3 crostinis. We have whipped gorgonzola and balsamic fig, and then we have whipped goat cheese, sun-dried tomato basil, and then we have a jalapeno cream cheese with smoked salmon. We're going to start with the fig balsamic. So we're going to put the figs in here, and then we're going to put the port wine in here, and some balsamic vinegar. And let's see, I guess I could put that up here so you could see it. Got a half cup of each. And then I've got some nice balsamic vinegar here from Modena. And we'll put some of that in there. These figs, we just took the little top off of them, the little stem, and cut them in half. And then we're just going to simmer these. These are dehydrated figs. Okay, we'll get those going. Let's see here. And then we're going to start with some crouton crostini mix is what we call it. We have some butter here. We could probably go with a 1/4 pound of butter and some extra virgin olive oil, half cup of olive oil. And we're just going to melt this with some of Uncle Dan's ranch. Okay, all systems fire. Okay, so we have this is 1/4 cup of butter, half cup of olive oil, 2 teaspoons of Uncle Dan's. Here we go. One, 2. And now we've got some nice baguette bread here, and I'm just going to start cutting off little crostinis. About a 1/4 inch thick. And then we'll put these on a baking sheet with this olive oil, butter, herb mixture. And we're going to bake those off in the oven about 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. And toast those up nicely with Uncle Dan's seasonings here. And then we'll just grab a little bit of this and just kind of put it on the pan here. And we'll brush this on. Now we'll take these little crostinis here. Alrighty, so now we put these crostinis on one side, and what we're going to do is we're going to give a little bit more on the other side. This is the butter olive oil mixture. This is good for croutons, crostinis. It's good for focaccia bread. It's just you could pick whatever you want to use, but this is just olive oil and butter. You can pick whatever seasonings you want to use. This one I put Uncle Dan's in. And we're going to bake these in the oven, 400 degrees, for about 15 minutes. They'll be nice and garlicky and crispy. And we'll put those nice whipped cheeses on them. So the balsamic figs are getting kind of close, but we want to reduce it down to where there's still a little bit of liquid. Now we want to get the garlic powder wherever you went. There you are. Shake a little bit of this powder on here. Smells good already. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start making the different kinds of whipped. We're going to make a whipped gorgonzola, whipped goat cheese, and then we're going to go with the jalapeno cream cheese. So we'll start with the goat cheese. I have a half pound, gorgonzola, a 1/4 pound of butter. I'm going to get some gloves on here, and I'm going to squash up the gorgonzola so it's easier to whip. And let's see, then we have 3 tablespoons of sour cream. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And then we have 2½ teaspoons of Uncle Dan's blue cheese. You probably could use less blue cheese in this if you wanted to, since there's a lot of blue cheese powder in here. 1, 2 1/2. We can add some more if we need to, but we'll start with this. And this mixer works so good. All right, so that's number one. Now we'll do the goat cheese next, and it's the same recipe, it's just using goat cheese. This could be a really good dip too if you wanted. Only 4 ingredients. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put the butter in. This one is the whipped goat cheese is going to be for the sun-dried tomato basil crostini. We're doing a trio crostini here. Okay, and then 3 tablespoons of sour cream. No, I think I'll go with ranch on this one because we don't want to mix the blue cheese with the goat. So, yeah, you don't want to mix goat with blue cheese. I mean, you can, but you want to get the goat flavor or the blue cheese flavor. So that's... This is really fast and really easy. So this is the whipped goat cheese. This is going to be going with the sun-dried tomato basil. We'll put that one in the fridge, and we'll go to the jalapeno cream cheese one. Ooh, baby, that was hot. Okay, so these are done. Nice and golden brown and seasoned, yep. So we want 6 ounces of cream cheese. Okay, and then we have 1 teaspoon of shallots and 2 teaspoons of capers, jalapeno, minced cilantro, zest of a lemon and an orange, and we're going to do 2 teaspoons of Uncle Dan's Italianate. Italienne is what he calls it. You can also put lime in here too if you want to. I'm just putting lemon and orange in there right now. Okay, here's some orange here. And then we'll whip this up in the mixer. Okay, so then this is going to be the jalapeno cream cheese. Ooh, it smells so good. Oh, no. You know what I forgot was the juice of the lemon and the orange. So put a little orange in there. Don't put too much in there because if you do, you don't want it too loose. You want it to stand up on the crostini. Uncle Dan's Italienne. We forgot to put that in. So we're going to put that in right now. 2 teaspoons. Okay, so this is the jalapeno cream cheese. It's very fragrant. It's got the zest of lemon and orange and jalapeno and cilantro and capers, and it's really, really, and we smoke our own salmon. So we got those little crostinis and we put that on there, and we put the smoked salmon on top of that. Okay, so this is going to be for the whipped goat cheese. This is the sun-dried tomato topping. And we've got the sun-dried tomatoes that I reconstituted just for a second. And then we're throwing this fresh basil in there. Throw just a little bit of extra virgin in there. And a little salt and pepper. Is this automatic here? Or? Oh. That's the top, right? Unbelievable. Sure makes it easy. A little bit of sale. Epe. We're just going to pulse this. We're not like going to puree it really. We're just going to break it up a little bit. So we can just French spoon the different kinds of crostinis on there. These are just like the best adult cookies in the whole wide world. I'm not kidding. These are just incredible. I do these at a lot of cater outs, and just great with a glass of wine. And if you want any wine, I did bring some wine too. They grow excellent with wine. You know, you can do too, you can use a piping bag. That's what I used to use a lot.
Oh, and then they're pretty.
And yeah, and you know, kind of have to make sure they're whipped really good. After you get done with that, you just want to basically just take this skin off here. So this is like candy, our smoked salmon. Oh, it's good. Okay, and then this one is going to be the balsamic fig here. We just reduced these figs with just half a cup of port wine and a half cup of balsamic. We can do this sun-dried tomato basil topping and goat cheese. And you know, I probably should have let these set up just a little bit more in the fridge. It's kind of a hot day, so the cheese, you know, when you whip it up. And then we'll just pop these ones over here. There we go, prego. Okay, so we have 3 different kinds of crostinis. These are little garlic toast. And this is the jalapeno cream cheese with Uncle Dan seasoning and the smoked salmon. One's a whipped goat cheese, sun-dried tomato basil. Then the other one is a whipped gorgonzola with the balsamic fig. And both of these whipped cheeses had Uncle Dan seasoning in them. This one had the Italiane, and these two, the goat cheese had the ranch, and then the gorgonzola had the blue cheese. So, buon appetito. I better try it because I was talking it up, so I want to make sure it tastes good.
Very good as well.
The fig is delicious.
Fig is absolutely
really good. And the salsa, the sun-dried salsa on this one is good too.
That is very good as well.
I'll have to try another set just to make sure. But I think I like the sun-dried tomato.
Well, I like the sun-dried.
The fig one was delicious, the salmon was delicious, and I got one more to try. They were all really good.
Being non-fish eater, I didn't try the salmon, but both the sun-dried tomato and the fig were excellent, but my favorite's the sun-dried tomato. It's just a great combination of flavor.
The fig is excellent with the, is it jalapeno cheese, I think?
Yeah, well, up on the top,
Jalapeno whipped cheese.
about 4
Really
miles up the
good.
canyon from where our property
Yeah, I
is.
could make a whole meal
Up on
out of that.
billiard
Just that one.
table and up there.
And I like that they're
Great
just a
meal
bite
over
too.
there.